I honestly just do not even know how YouTube works, so I don't know how to get more exposure on there.
It's tricky.
It's very tricky. It's
Mhm.
not like Instagram or
They have a
SoundCloud.
lot of parameters. But what you could start doing is YouTube post or reels or whatever.
The shorts.
Yeah,
The
the
shorts,
shorts.
yeah.
Those were the honestly, I think those are even easier to like blow up than Instagram and other shit
Mm-hmm.
because there's not too many people don't really use them like that. And plus, YouTube is trying to feed that to everyone right now, so they're just trying to post up whatever.
I've heard they're trying to make a separate apps just for the shorts too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know. I heard that kind of a while ago.
Like YouTube Shorts
You know what?
actually being an app.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
They have a YouTube has YouTube Music, so they have their own streaming music app. They're trying to get TikTok out of here and take over TikTok, bro. That's what's going on.
I'm all right with it. Fuck TikTok.
I got a question for y'all. If YouTube implemented a DJing mixing on there,
I'm out.
I'm out.
you're out. You're done with YouTube.
I'm out. That's my job, fam. Don't fuck. You're taking my job, dog. Fuck out of here.
Kicking our germs.
Who just recently
Crazy
implemented like a DJ fucking it's a playlist that's gonna DJ the songs for you. I want to say it was Apple Music.
Spotify
just did it.
We were just talking about this shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Motherfuckers, bro.
Fucking AIs are taking over, dude. The goddamn AIs.
Or they make a playlist for you now that's curated and DJed and shit like that. And I was like,
I don't like that at all.
And trust me, I've been, especially since I've been doing a lot of like these, like every now and then I'll do like these bar gigs with like, DJing open format.
So you just open Spotify now?
No.
Collect the money, bro? I see you.
Like,
okay.
I hear a lot of the banter between the expenses of what goes through the DJ, and they're like, damn, they really got to pay this much for a DJ? Like,
yes?
That's like,
the fuck?
Oh, yeah, in my mind, yes, but like from the business owner that's like always trying to save a buck and shit,
Yeah.
I can see owners that are trying to save a buck be like, you know what? I already paid for Spotify. Might as well just use their fucking curated. I don't think so either.
I don't think so. You want to see someone mixing. You want to see someone mixing.
You want to
see someone vibe first
what you
before
think?
someone else. Yeah. Think about this, or how do you get people on the dance floor? It just takes one or two motherfuckers just to start dancing for everyone else to start dancing.
Yep.
They just need to see.
They just need to see someone like just enjoying the music because it invites people to go on the dance floor and be on that array of energy. Everybody else.
And then plus, if they're like an actual like MC DJ, bro, they're gonna make your place pop. Like, if they know how to talk to the people walking in, like that's something that I think people definitely overlook. And I know as like EDM DJs, I guess we don't necessarily need to be on the mic like that. But if you're not an EDM DJ and you're a club DJ, your mic skills are.
That's a skill in its own.
Extra asset for sure to have.
And if you don't have that,
100%.
you're gonna be missing out on a lot of opportunity. Like I think that will literally set you apart from most DJs if you're able to get on the mic and just talk to people and shit like that, and not make it weird at the same time.
And also people don't gotta write 2 checks at that point. They could just write 1 check. It's just to one person that could do both the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I personally, if I rather like pay someone once and everything's kind of bundled, they could do both.
Yeah, they got
versus having to hire one person and another person. That's personally for me. But maybe sometimes people are not that great of an MC, so sometimes you do need to hire. Or some people are not that great of a DJ, so you do need to hire that great DJ that may not be the MC, but they got the fucking DJ skills. So
yeah, or vice versa. Someone could be really good on the mic, be a shitty DJ, and
Facts. Like so, bro. Like there's people that are just good people person, like in general, and like they just know how to work a crowd and they know how to get people to like be active and shit like that. Like that's needed in a lot of occasions. Like I know for weddings, that's people want that, especially if it's bro. They need someone to just open up the crowd to be able to like go up to people and be like, "How's your night going?" and shit like that. Because think about it, it's 2 separate families that maybe they don't know each other like that. They're trying to have like a big event.
This is the chance to get everyone to just like connect and fucking like have a good time. No, that's 100% true.
Yeah. And I think now though, we're gonna see more MCs in dance music because of drum and bass. Like drum and bass is starting to become very prominent right now, and a big thing in drum and bass is the MCs. So I say within the next 2 years, being a drum and bass MC is gonna be a thing.
Hell yeah! I think I start now. Start now.
Facts,
bro. Because trust me, a lot of producers are gonna
need it.
Are gonna want more. Are gonna start making more drum and bass for actual like believable reasons or for trendy reasons. Whatever the reason is, I can see a lot more producers making drum and bass, and after a while, like all these vocal samples are gonna be used up, and they're gonna want the actual authentic drum and bass energy, vocal wise, from an MC. Because a lot of the drum and bass that I hear coming from overseas, I noticed there's a lot of involvements with MCs. Yeah. There'll be drum and bass track featuring MC blah 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 or blah 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 MC. Like I'm just like damn, like there's like an MC definitely. I think if you can get it on your drum and bass track, you should.
Yeah,
you should. But I mean, if it's like liquid drum and bass, then I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, it's just like traditional drum and bass. MC helps out a lot.
I think it works better for drum and bass than it would if it was like dubstep, because dubstep is like, build up, climax. You're in that moment. Everyone's dancing. Kind of don't want to hear someone on the mic while a drop is playing. Whereas drum and bass, it's like the build up. It's all kind of just like, I don't want to say it's a plateau, but it's like it's all kind of just like it just rolls. It keeps rolling. It keeps fucking rolling. It keeps rolling. It keeps rolling. Where I think the wave function of how dubstep works, it's very like low high, where drum and bass it's like a very like middle kind of, you have space to kind of talk over the tracks and shit,
right? And like when it does come to vocals coming into play and dubstep drops, like we'd only like personally I'd only like I only like really would accept it when it comes to, like in the filler spots. Yeah, that's about it. Like when it comes to vocals and the dubstep drop, like if you're laying vocals in the fillers or like every like quarter beat, not too. I mean, I don't know. It really just depends how the vocal comes into the drop. Like, is the vocal a key part of the drop? That's one thing too. I'm noticing with a lot of these drops is that people are using vocals, that like actual vocals in the drop, and it's actually one of the key elements of the drop. So it's like I've seen dubstep drops. I'm like, oh, okay. Like if it didn't have like these certain phrases throughout the drop, it wouldn't have been as impactful. I think impactful. I'm pretty sure it would have been still a sick ass track without like what's going on throughout the drop, but I guess it's just how it gets executed too in the vocals. Because the drop, like we want to hear what's going on in the drop, like synth wise. That's what we're so like that's how we're so wired, like as dance music listeners. Yeah, it's like, the drop, like,
well, especially from I think bass heads too, because that's in bass music the synths are the key elements mostly.
Those are the vocals, really.
Yeah. Let me ask you this though, Ramsay. How much drum and bass do you listen to? Because I feel like it's not a lot.
It's like a decent amount. I know of like, certain artists and shit.
But like older stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I used to listen to Noisia all the time. I loved Posai, fucking the beats, and I when I was first getting into EDM, like in high school, like I was like, there was no deciphering difference between like dubstep, drum and bass, electro. It was all just like EDM to me, and it was like, this is all fucking cool. Whereas now it's it all kind of splits into its own thing, but I listen to obviously more dubstep than I do drum and bass.
So I was like that. That's exactly. I wouldn't say I was heavy into drum and bass at first, but I definitely listened to it and I understood it. Like drum and bass, drum step. Like I definitely went through my like little phase, and then got into like straight bass music. Right. What I will say now about the drum and bass that's coming out now, they're the new people that are making it. At least think about all like the bass samples that you're getting for production and stuff like that you're implementing in like your dubstep tracks. People are doing that shit with drum and bass now. And like I'm gonna definitely plug you in with some tracks after this. Please do. That got me like, oh fuck, this is a rhythm track at fucking dubstep
at 174.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be a big thing in the US, especially for people that produce and want to do more with drums, because a lot of especially for trap producers too, because the thing I see with trap producers is they like to use a lot of drums and shit like that, but they don't feel like it. Like in trap, it kind of, if you use too much drums in trap music, it kind of stops like the flow and like the hard. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I feel. But with drum and bass, you're able to do more of the crazy drum patterns, fit in the pocket, and then use like hard like bass samples and bass synths and shit like that. And I don't know, bro. Like I just got hit with the DnB bug like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like real. I'm honestly on like my preaching shit when it comes to drum and bass right now. Like,
You should definitely check out like some of Ominous's old shit. I know I'd fucking bring up
Ominous.
Ominous all the goddamn time on this show, but like the he started. I don't know if he started off, but like his older like drum and bass stuff, you could see how his sound design is still like rhythm dubstep esque, but it's still like a fucking like sick drum and bass like or drum and bass like
drum and beast. You
drum and
got it?
bass, dude.
Drum and bass, yeah.
That's a new wave right there.
Facts.
But
Sounds hard as fuck.
drum and beast, but his sound design is very like unique, and it fits in both categories, and it just works so well. And you transferred it over to like rhythm, and it just I think you would like it.
I'm down to listen to it. I just feel right now that's what we're gonna see a lot of these people that produce heavy bass music are gonna start progressing toward. I don't know why. I just see it happening. Like it's. I don't know. We'll see in the next year or so.
Yeah. Well, dude, we got well, shit. One of the reasons why you're here too, bro, is you wanted to talk a little bit more about some new music that you got coming out soon.
Yes, sir.
I got to hear it. I mean, no drum and bass, but
yeah,
it's a lot of dubstep and rhythm stuff that we know from RAMSAY, man.
Yes,
Duality EP.
Duality EP. It should be out March 24th.
Damn. So I remember the last time I talked to you, we didn't. I don't think you given me a date yet. You were like, just later this month, I want to do it.
Yeah, no, it's planned for the 24th.
2 days after my birthday, bro. Look at that, man.
Dude, it was just for your birthday, bro.
Damn, look at that. One of my favorite tracks on there is Gorilla Stomp, bro.
Yeah,
For
that one's very interesting. It's a different type of flow that I'm not used to because it's very like all over the place, but there's variety in it. I think there's a lot of weird beats and weird patterns in the whole EP, but I'm really happy with it.
Well, hey, I'm gonna blow up your spot right now. If anyone wants to hear Gorilla Stomp, they can go check out the verses you did with Motar.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't think you titled it, but when I heard that showdown with Motar, I was like, bro, I've heard this shit before. Like this unreleased. Like, oh shit. And fuck, bro. I mean, if you guys want to get a little sneak peek, there you go, man. That's one of the tracks right there. Get a feel for that, man. Are you gonna do like how's your rollout looking? Like are you gonna do like a track before the week before to like promote it, or it's just like, oh here you go.
Oh, here you go. I'm gonna sneak peek it and make sure you know what you're gonna hear. But yeah, I'm all gonna be dropped on the 24th.
Yeah, you have go ahead.
And you said it's a duality. Called Duality?
Duality, yes.
What was like the meaning behind that?
I like the count because I like the concept of duality and like polarity. It kind of doesn't really have anything to do with like the songs that go in it, but like it's just kind of just the theme of it because I like the concept because you can't have a good without a bad, you can't have a bad without a good. And the artwork that I have, I'll show you. Everyone else is gonna have to see it later, but that's what it's gonna look like.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
like
two different sides.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I feel it.
It's a cool little concept. I like the meaning of like, yeah, bad shit is bad, but you need bad stuff in order to have good stuff. Because if you don't have one, you can't have the other.
Facts.
What can you expose right now in terms of like your EP? Can we get track titles right now?
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
The boys be ripping.
Let me put that in the German bass drop.
So it's only 4 tracks. A lot of these too. These are most of the tracks that I used for the battles that I used for Shinobi War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, when I was making those songs, I made all those songs except for Gorilla Stomp, the last one, for the wars or those little battles that we had.
Hey, there was wars though.
It was a fucking war, man. It was a war.
Wars,
But I made all specifically for that. I didn't use any IDs except for Gorilla Stomp, but and I saw a few people that were like, "Oh, you should release these. Like, these are really cool." And I was like, like, yeah, I like them. They're they're cool in my eyes. So why not release them? It's better to be out than just sit on my computer. So it's like I'm down to release it as a little EP. The first battle though, that was kind of a throwaway track that I made for it, and I was like, I don't know if I like this too much, so I scrapped that one and I added a a new one, which I previewed on my Instagram like months ago, and it was like a clip that I took from some TikTok, like some girl that was like, made some weird ass like pre-drop, and I put it. The song's called Flugo though.
Flugo.
Yeah. It's a weird little flow. I probably not something you're gonna hear in the club too much, but it's gonna be a weird, cool listen in your car or some shit.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: would we have not seen this Duality EP as soon as March 24? Haven't you not had done or participated in those like battles?
Probably not. Like that definitely pushed me because it gave me a little bit of a deadline to finish something. And if I don't have some sort of deadline for myself, it's like, at least at that point, I'm getting better at it now, but it's like, tomorrow I'll finish it. Tomorrow I'll finish it. But it's like, this was like, no, you need to finish this shit. Like,
yeah.
If not, you lose this shit. So it's like, all right, we need to keep working. And I dedicated so much time into finishing these songs and actually making something. So it definitely pushed me to do it, and I liked it. I liked having the challenge, and I would like to do that more.
And honestly, so I had talked about when it was called the Shinobi Wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I had first started, I had seen, I believe it was Euro's track versus someone else, and as soon as I seen that, I was like, what is this? What's going on? I had to do the whole research into what was going on. And I think shit like that is like, it's like the batting cages, like almost like for like a baseball player. Like it's a cool activity to help us with production, or to help you with production, or just to like test out what you're able to do, and
absolutely,
like a fun version of production. Because like, it's very daunting sometimes saying that I'm producing just for me, just to put out, and like there's no really purpose for anything. I gotta make the purpose myself.
Right.
And like that's a fun part, right? Like I said, it can be daunting. Whereas stuff like that, it gives you a purpose already to do something you already love to do. You feel me? And then like, I grew up playing sports, right? So I'm like very competitive, and like anything that brings out some sort of competition, like I'm so down for. And I like seeing shit like that, because it only brings out competition, brings out like the best in people, I think.
Yeah.
And like shit like that is a great example of how we could do more things, not even just show wise, but as like, what would you consider that? Like, it's a tournament of what? Like,
of just like
tournament of bangers, bro.
Tournament of bangers, dude. Just like,
I mean, that's the way I was saying. Like, I was got.
It's a banger war, fam. It's a banger war. It's a banger war.
The modern banger war. The verses, bro.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I fucked with that whole concept. It's really dope. I definitely want to see more of those shits.
I do too, man. Even if I'm not even like, a part of it, it's still cool to see like that thing where it's like, okay, you made a song for this. Who not even necessarily like who made the better one. It's just like, I like the concept of like, this is a competition. You kind of just put it all on the line, where it's like,
yeah, because you're producing from the competitive perspective, right? Because when you made that beat for those battles, you knew already that this was gonna be for versus
for this.
So I think that's a different kind of if someone told me like, hey, you're not making this just to put it up for regular listening consumption, like you're gonna go against somebody else, like, oh, okay, I got some shit, and it's like
it makes you think a little differently.
Yeah, it brings out different elements of music that you wouldn't necessarily like. There's reasons for the aggressiveness now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you give me a reason to put these nasty, like, bro,
absolutely.
Like the way I looked at that, I was like, bro, you guys are giving me a reason to be dirty as fuck right now. Do you understand what you're doing? Like,
exactly. And I feel like I came out with some of my dirtiest shit on that one, because it was like the first two songs on the CP are the battles that I did. Well, three of them are, but the third one that I did with Gengar, I remember the whole week leading up to it. It was I was trying to get a track. And it was like, fuck, man, I can't, like, I just not making anything I like. It came last day. And I remember the night before, I was like, listen, like, you need to make something fucking cool. Like, there's like, you're not going to use any other track. Like, you need to make something cool. There's no other option. And I woke up, immediately went to my computer and just worked for like 12 hours. And just like, I need to finish this. by the end of it, you know how your ears get tired and you're like, so like this shit sucks. I've been hearing this for the past 12 hours. I fucking hated it. And then I like listened to it the next day, and like when it was actually on the battle, I'm like, I think this is probably one of my favorite songs I've ever made.
It happens like that.
Yeah, right? Yeah. But it's like it that only comes when you're pushed to do something, and like if you don't care about it, you're not gonna do shit like that. But I actually like really cared about like trying to get something out of this, and it wasn't even about winning, really. It was just like, let's see how far I can do this. Because to be honest, I didn't think I was gonna get past the first round. I was like,
you're talking about the first round right here, right?
This is the third round.
Third round. Oh, yeah, third round. Oh.
First round, it was like, I don't know, man. Here's a song that I made. Like, who I don't know, and I ended up winning that one.
Now you got a Thorn to protect.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, I got some traction here.
No, bro. You got a kingdom now.
I got a kingdom. Yeah.
Invaders should come in and get your shit.
Exactly. And the second one, I was like, okay, well, I'm not just gonna stop here. Like, fuck that. Yeah, so I came out even harder and won that one. And then the third one, I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna keep going. And it just, I think it was really beneficial.
I believe in the second one you put out, it starts heavy and then it switches into something else. As soon as I heard that shit, I was like, bro, like, you're winning this. You should probably win the next one too. Like, just use. So like, you said you're able to use like your own tracks in it. There was no parameters with what you had to use or anything like that. What BPM? Nothing.
No, it was. I mean, you know, it was kind of incentive to be like, hey, this is dubstep. Make some dubstep. I doubt a trap track would have worked because their page is mainly just Riddim, kind of dirty ass shit. Yeah. But the only rules we had was you can't use any collabs. You can't use anything that's clipped on SoundCloud already publicly. And no remixes, I think. Or like bootlegs or anything. Did I say that already? No, yeah. No collabs. No collabs, no clips, no remixes.
Do you believe doing that helped you bring a lot of followers like to your profile? Was there a lot of new fans that came across you because of those?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, anything you do, if you gain one fan, you gain a fan. Like you're getting something out of it. Yeah. So it wasn't like a huge thing, but it was like, hey, if I got one more person to listen to my stuff, then it fucking win for me. Like that's cool with me. But it definitely got some traction. It definitely boosted my confidence with my production because to get to the finals, I was like, yo, like, I don't think you can do that while being like, you know, a whack producer. Like,
don't have to be working at this non-alcoholic breweries no longer. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be doing this shit full time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, and benefits.
Yeah.
Shit. He's King Shinobi over here. What you mean?
Damn. Going back to
respect on it.
Oh,
respect on the Shinobi.
Who the fuck were you talking to, Carlos?
Hey, you're right though. You're right. You know, we got fucking RAMSAY in the building, bro.
Facts.
What was the meaning behind RAMSAY, bro?
It started off as like just a total joke that me and the homie Garrett were doing because I had a different name when I first joined Innovative.
It was like Basic Noise.
Yeah, you didn't have to say it. But
shit. All right, shit.
No, I'm kidding.
Word.
Yeah, it was.
We can bleep that out.
That's another little little Easter egg because the first song is called Noise, and I named it exactly how I spelt it when I did Basic Noise.
Oh, with a Z.
Yeah, with a Z.
Oh, look at that.
So I was like a little thing. If the people know, they know.
Word.
But so I had that name. I already wanted to change it because I was just like, this doesn't sound right. It doesn't fit me correctly. And then Garrett was like, hey, I've been thinking about this thing where, what do you think about just doing strictly Riddim and sampling Gordon Ramsay all the time? And I was like, that sounds cool. And like having Ramsay as your name, I was like, that's cool. So the first few tracks that I had as Ramsay that are not public anymore, it's just strictly like Gordon Ramsay songs, but like Riddim. But the thing that's hard about that shit is a lot of his like funny sound bites. There's music over it. And I hate that because it's like it just totally like drives your attention away from the track because it's like I'll be having this vibe and then like the Hell's Kitchen vibe is just so like orchestral and weird and shit. And it just doesn't fit. I'm trying to find the way. With AI voices now, I might be able to do it a little
Serato
better.
stems, fam. You got it.
Serato stems, yeah. Are you down to use AI to like provide you like with shit like that, like AI generated vocals? Let's say you want like a certain melody, like do you see yourself incorporating AI in your production in these coming months?
I think there's a healthy way to use the AI because it can go a little overboard where it's like you can use AI to make a whole fucking song now.
Right.
And which I don't want to do because I think having a human touch to a song is important. Anyway, I don't think we should strive too
What's
far
human,
away from that.
bro? I don't even know anymore.
I mean, realistically, because it is a computer making this shit, but it is a human behind it. But
human made the computer.
Facts, bars.
TV killed the radio star.
What's a good song?
Facts.
But I could see myself using it for certain things. But like, you know, like treating shit like a phone. Like the phone is a tool, but you can overuse it. And like your screen time can be 12 hours a fucking day. And like that's unhealthy. But if you use it to just, you know, learn about something or something, there's a healthy way to use it. So I think there's a healthy way to use AI, and I will probably try to use it that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you haven't started using that, like you just been kind of seeing videos of it, or?
Yeah, I've just seen videos of it. I know I've seen like people using websites to isolate sounds in songs with AI, and it's pretty clean. I don't know how it works, but it's clean, and I don't know. It's weird.
Well, let me ask you too this, and maybe I'll have an answer as well. With the technology of AI being able to extract vocals of certain celebrities, famous known idols, like who could you see yourself extracting vocals of off the bat?
Gordon Ramsay, bro.
Well, besides Gordon Ramsay.
Besides Gordon Ramsay.
Well, that's hard. Fuck.
Probably Trump. His voice is funny. No, I'm kidding.
Damn.
Yeah, I think probably like who has a good voice? For dubstep, you mean? Like,
damn. Or no, just it's like for a production, like with the technology now, because obviously to get these kinds of vocals, you have to put them in a booth, you know. Like for example, we see David Guetta mess around with Eminem vocals.
I did see that.
So like, I had me thinking like, damn, like if I were to have this kind of access to this technology, like what kind of celebrity would I have like extracted for vocals? Like just my personal taste. I haven't think of one yet, but
you know, I'd probably go with is Biggie.
Biggie?
I love Biggie vocals. I mean,
Biggie vocals?
Even with Troubled, like that's like perfect. Like Biggie, I love using Biggie samples because his voice is so perfect.
Huh? Yeah.
And there's always like great chops in his music that you can get from. But if you want him to say something specific, I could see I kind of nailing that shit.
All right. Have you thought of any, Robert?
It's a
little hard.
And I don't know. Shit. I don't.
Damn, you know what? I know I have someone. Fred of Limp Bizkit.
Fred Durst.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Hell yeah. If the AI can generate that, I would definitely love to put that motherfucker on a drum and bass track. And see
that would probably go hard.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I just thought of this right now. Like, if I were to have the opportunity to extract a certain celebrity's vocals, especially from like the kind of music I'm like more listening to now, like Fred of Limp Bizkit would be one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, that new metal shit was good. Yeah.
Biscuit. I feel like
I forgot who. I don't know. But I mean, that's off the bat so far for me.
I'm going with, I don't know the dude's name. Machete, the Mexican dude. He's in all the Mexican movies.
Oh, Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Trejo's Tacos. Yeah.
Trejo's Tacos.
Yeah, I've never been there. Yeah, it's a thing, bro.
I know. He's got his business out there.
Yeah. Or you know, who's the? This might be embarrassing to say. Who's the band again that does the Down with Disturbed? Right.
Disturbed.
Down with the Sickness. I'd be down to get some vocals from the singer of Disturbed. Oh.
Yeah. If you could input that shit, that'd be cool.
Or just like if I could. Hey, I need you to say in that tone, but this shit.
Yeah. Or this type of pattern.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what's opening up. Like with this AI technology, man. Just fuck, this is all crazy, bro. This is all fucking crazy. You mentioned it earlier, the AI now being able to make full ass tracks, but the human touch, dude, I just think that you can't really replicate that. I think it's very easy for me to be like, oh, okay, like Because there's just certain human elements in a track that you can hear. Even although a lot of this shit's being created on laptop, certain things I think you can hear like, oh, it's hard for me to explain it because it's like a feeling, like you connect to it, and like you could just tell that there was somebody like a human behind it that made this.
It's the laptop or computer is just an instrument that we use. It's like playing a guitar, like
except harder.
Except but it's like, the guitar isn't a human, but it's making the noise, but a human is making the noises on the guitar, just using it to get the sound that they want, and that's basically what we use with computers. I see it as just an instrument.
Yeah, and so I mean, a lot of the vocals, still gonna be Gordon Ramsay for you.
I would like to. If AI gets, I need to search it up. If AI has some Gordon Ramsay samples that I can input, I'd hop on that really quick.
Hey, you should do a remix competition, or just release stands, bro.
Of the
EP.
tracks?
The EP.
I've been thinking about it. I have some plans for some stuff I have some plans for stuff like that.
Now before this is all self-releasing, right?
Mm-hmm.
No label.
No.
Do you think about doing a label distribution with this one, or are you kind of going the self-release route at this time?
I like the self-release route because it's a little more independent. I have nothing against labels. I think labels are great. It gives you exposure, but I've just had bad luck with labels, and maybe I haven't tried hard enough. But it's just
bad luck. Like they don't accept the demos.
Yeah, they just.
Okay, I got you.
It's either that or they don't see the following there. It's just not the brand they want on their shit. And I get it. It's fine. Like I have my own brand. Which is different, so I get it. And I think my music's a little different. That doesn't really fit on certain platforms. But
I think sometimes AR people get grandfathered in shit, bro, and they just don't got taste. Maybe
Maybe I don't know what it is, but I'm cool with it. It's like we were talking about earlier, SoundCloud just being a community-based driven platform where I could just post whatever I want. So it's like I might as well build my profile on my own and just promote it myself and not have to worry about, you have to do it this way, you have to do it this way. It's gonna be on this day, and I'm like, I don't know. It fit to do a self-release on this, and plus they're newer tracks. I don't have I know some people that have just stacked IDs, just 100 tracks in a playlist, and they send it to labels, and they're just like, yeah, pick whatever you want. I personally don't have that. It's like if I have a cool song, it's like it's already planning for release.
Okay.
So like with these ones, I made them, and it was just like, oh cool, I have 4 songs I'm sitting on. Cool, let's just form an EP and do it myself, because I like doing my own artwork and promoting it my own way.
So yeah, a lot of time it's also not just the audio factor of it; it's also like how it's packaged, right?
Absolutely.
Like, got you. Yeah.
Yeah, because with labels and stuff, they want to, do it their way. Where I feel my music is very selective, and it needs to be delivered the way I want to deliver it, because it's just different. I feel like my stuff's very different.
Yeah.
It's not traditional like Riddim or dubstep, whatever you want to call it. It is, but it just I hear my sound so much different. I don't know if it's because obviously I made it and I've heard my songs too many times probably. But even when I hear my songs in like sets that like people play, it sounds different. Like the vibe is just so much different.
I mean, it sounds different.
Yeah,
I think when someone plays like a Ramsay track and I didn't know it was a Ramsay track, I would be like, oh, this sounds really familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Like this sounds like there's always like those
like
tracks.
A Ramsay track.
Sounds like a Ramsay track. Yeah,
that's cool. I used to really not like that, because I was like, no, I want to like have it acceptable and like have it like, everyone.
Oh, like this sounds like another artist that's like, that we are familiar with.
Yeah, I wanted
that.
I used to want that, but now it's like, no, I have my own style. That's
it shouldn't
cool.
sound like other people.
Exactly.
That's the point. Like
exactly.
It's to make your version of what you think that sound is supposed to be like.
Exactly. And I'm blessed to not be able to make the things that other people are making.
And there's not to say that you can't be an artist that has a familiar sound as another artist, but you're just not as unique as another artist that doesn't really have that sound replicated by others. Like there's those artists that, oh yeah, like you could put them all on the same tour and it'll probably be the same vibe, like same tone. But if you put like those other 5 people on the tour, it could be the same genre, but just because of how unique like their sound brings, like it's gonna be not just the average dubstep set.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Or
the average rhythm set.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any like right or wrong for it, because like the people that do make stuff that it sounds, dubstep or like just traditional rhythm, traditional dubstep, that shit's really cool. Like,
yeah,
they make great shit and it sounds fucking awesome. But sometimes I can't really decipher who made the song. I have to ask, where it's like, oh, who made this? Because it could be fucking anyone. And
I feel that.
And but it's still a great song.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's because why do some people have distinct sounds and then other people blend in the way you say they do? Why do you think that's the case?
I think maybe it's because it may be just how they learned how to make music. At least for me, I come from a very like musical background where it's like I play guitar, I play drums, I play piano, I used to play saxophone. I have a very distinct way of like making my music and how the shit that sounds good in my ear when I'm producing it. That and some of the stuff like that people make, I just don't know how to make that.
I feel you.
Like I know how to make what I know how to make just by trial and error so many times.
I feel you.
Instead of just like searching tutorials all day, because I feel like tutorials are very misleading sometimes. Or not misleading, but
it's just very catering to their production style.
And also everyone's watching the same tutorials.
Exactly.
The exact same tutorials.
Yeah.
So it's like I understand why like I would want to follow what they're telling me, but at the same time I feel like I need to learn how to do it but in my way. And so if I keep watching other people and see, like, this is a reason I don't watch like big name tutorials, is because if I start
sounding like them,
bro, I'm the type of person where if I see someone do something, I'm gonna do it I could do it if I know I could do it the exact same way and get that outcome, I'm gonna do it. And if I start seeing that shit too often, I feel like I'm gonna get too close to whatever the fuck they're doing. So I have to like not see certain things and have to really figure it out by ear. Like a lot of the shit that I'll make, it has to be shit that I figured out on my own. Like VSTs I pulled up and I started fucking with and got a certain sound and whatnot. Like
I feel that because I hear a lot of the conversations like, damn, I would love to be a producer like Skrillex. But then when you think about your own actual brand, it's like, do you really, really long term want to produce? Like at the level of, if you want to produce at the level of Skrillex, I can respect that. Like, watch this in the tutorial, but see it from that lens. But like it's kind of crazy to see those numbers of like the big artist tutorials, like they could be in the millions, because a lot of people they want to sound a lot of times like their favorite artist too, and it's like, that's cool, but
maybe
like
that's not your sound.
But it may not be just your sound, or like you brought up another fact too. Like I'm just not capable of making like that style of whatever it is that the sound that they're pushing. Like I'm just not like either capable or you're just not. It's not what you want to represent yourself as the RAMSAY brand. Or
you know what I think it is too, when someone says like, "Oh, I want to make something like this person." For me, at least, the way I think about that is like, yes, I would like to make a song that sounds like this, but I just like what that song did to me.
There you go.
It doesn't have to be exactly what that song was. I'm not searching to make those exact sounds, because it's just not some shit that I make, but I like the feeling of what that song did to me and how correct it felt.
And I think people are misconstruing that feeling with, I want to make that.
I want to make that song.
Yeah, rather than,
and you're never gonna make that song.
I like how this artist makes me feel. I like this art. Like I like how they make music, and now they're thinking, I want to make music like this, rather than, no, I need to make music that feels like me, so that people could get my feeling. Like
exactly.
That's what all these big artists are doing, right? Or like, when you're making your music, you're making your vibe, bro. Like you're making shit that's you, and when other people hear it, it's a distinct thing, because they're like, oh, this is definitely his vibe. Like when I think of my favorite artists, bro, they have distinct sounds.
Yeah,
like,
no one else can make that sound.
Like a Beast Boy has a distinct sound, bro. Like
that motherfucker, I fucking knew it.
Like all the, like a Murata has a distinct sound, bro. Like a Sisto, I want to say, has a distinct sound. Like a Borgor distinct sound. Like everyone has something that's distinct to them, and it's not because they learned it from someone else. It's because like it's what they figured out that is their shit, that it's their vibe. Like,
Yeah,
this is
sure.
how I roll, you know.
Yeah, and it can be a little like discouraging because you hear those songs being played out in clubs, and it's like, damn, that was a fucking banger. I don't know if I could make something like that, but it's like, it's art, dude. Just fucking make something.
Just make some shit.
Make
Yeah,
some
there
shit.
you go.
Like,
just make some shit.
it may not be the fucking song that everyone plays in the track or in the clubs and shit, but like, I find peace in just being at my house making something. And like, I used to be so in my head of like, this needs to be cool. I need to
It's gotta be a hit.
It has to be a hit. I need to be farther into my career. I need to be better than what I am right now, which is always, you always want to go farther. But I just think that artists get so caught up in the industry of
And
it,
like the rat race of things.
where it's like I need to keep progressing. I need to keep progressing. And some people do it well, but at least for me, I've been producing too long to be stressing about this shit.
Facts, bro. I understand that 100%, bro. It's like, bro, I've been working at trying to push out some shit and music to make it look really great, but now I'm just like, I just like making music and packaging out to make it look like my vision. And like at that point, that's as much as anyone could ask anybody to do. You feel me? And like at the end of the day, like as long as you're making the music you want to make and then releasing it, like
it's the best feeling ever.
Yeah. See, I feel the same that way too. Like earlier on, I was producing seriously, like under Husky. Like there would have been times where were times where I was willing to like give up a lot of creative control to be released on a label and stuff like that. But now, I want to be able to just like not worry about oh, I got on this label, I got on this label. It'd be nice, it's helpful, but nowadays like to not be like in that stress mode, like it's just always cool to be like, man, like I just want to be able to package shit like the way I want to do it artistically. Like, I've had a couple of labels, cool mid-sized labels come to me like, hey, like send us some demos and shit. Like we love to do a release, but now I'm asking questions like, hey, well, if I were to work with y'all, like, are you guys flexible with me being able to incorporate my own artwork and stuff like that? That's just now like on that level.
It has to be.
Before where I'd be like, well, I guess my artwork style doesn't have to be incorporated for this. Like, I'm down to let you guys cover that. But now, like, as like the artist that I am, like that's something I would ask like first of a label or like someone that wants to like do it for me. I'd be like, hey, well, I don't want to sacrifice like I don't want you to tell me what to make.
Yeah.
So that way you could accept it as a demo. Like I want you to like take my shit for what it is and like trust that in my artistic vision that this is how it should be packaged. And sometimes last times, they probably won't be like, nah, like we're gonna do our artwork format. But like I feel you, man. Like when we do it for a while, like I think personally, like you touched on it earlier, like even just one person listening to your music, man, I think that's just like really connecting. And the more that you could put your vision outside of the audio identity, like it means a lot. Like whether it's artwork, the way you present it, when you get other people involved, are you worried about stuff like that, like how you should be packaging to like please like whatever? Like it's just different. It's just different. The way you move different as a producer and what you're pushing out as a music producer. Yeah. And I think it's always great to see artists have that just have like that vulnerability to be like, nah, man, like I'm just fucking, I'm just releasing music. Like if I'm not like doing this waiting game, like waiting for a label to like put me on or some shit. Like
waiting is not creating, bro.
You know what I think it is though? Like at first, like the reason, like initially a lot of us stress to put out music is like sometimes we have the feeling that we need to establish like we do this. I don't know if you have. I'm pretty sure you have this feeling. I don't know if you have, but you do it. Like it's just a part of you now, and like it's like. Yeah. Now, why am I stressing trying to release and trying to prove to people I do this? I do this shit. Like
that's the thing. We're always trying to prove to other people that we do this shit instead of just proving it to ourselves.
Yeah, and like at this point, I've been doing this so long I can't even say I don't do this. Like
like we actually do this shit. Like it's
yeah.
We're not trying to fib anyone else. Like we know we do this shit. And I think one thing that really helps too is like having gratitude for how far we've all came in making music. And I mean, shit, I wouldn't have met you if we didn't make music, or if you didn't make music, I wouldn't have met you. And if I didn't make music, I wouldn't have met you. Like we've established so many friends, so many fucking people that like enjoy what we do, and yeah, we're not fucking sudden death, but like, you know, we can go to a club and be like, hey, it's Ramsay, hey, it's Husky, hey, it's like, you know,
we all have our own identities in terms of that spectrum of like EDM, you know, like oh, like we know each other. Also, I mean, there's times like yeah, like that's like your actual name, like we're seeing real names, but yeah, we do have like our own identities, our own we have our own purpose, bro. Like we have our own people that support us, our vision, big or small. Like I'm very grateful to have more than 1 or 2, 3 people like support me, and you know, the more the merrier. The more the merrier. I like to think that my music is like unique to me. So when I hear other people say like, "Oh, dude, I really like your music," like that means a lot to me for sure. Like
absolutely,
that's like something vulnerable that I wrote. Like a lot of the EDM producers that we are, a lot of it we make that shit from scratch. You know, whereas you know a lot of producers, especially like in bigger studios, you know, they have access to a lot of like other help. You know, other writers, other instrument players, you know, they have that access. Sometimes we don't have that access, but now a lot of times we do a lot of the things like on our laptop. So it's like to make something from scratch and then like put it out in public and people are, you know, a lot of times surprisingly like, damn, you like this shit? Like, fuck. Like,
that's why it's
like I just released it publicly just for me to enjoy like on the streaming platforms and shit. But all you guys like it, like, that's real cool. I would have never thought in the first year that I was making music as Husky, I would have never thought like I'd have like the listeners I'd have for sure. Or I wouldn't have thought I'd be making the music I'd be making too, like in my first year. Like shit, like a lot of things have changed a lot with the specifically with the Husky sound. And I think artists too, like over time, like your sound just evolves.
Yeah.
Evolves, becomes different. Sometimes it goes left, you know, you just go into a different genre. Like you're not even EDM no more, you're just
yeah, I went through a little phase of that. Even with Tramp Stamp, the shit that I was on here last time.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was like,
yeah, thank you, man.
There's some other shit.
That was some left field shit, man. I didn't know what I was making, and I was just like, but I had so much fun making that, and that's really all it should be about, is just having fun with the time you have sitting down at your computer and not trying to impress anyone. It's just, it was a great feeling making that song, and it's like,
mess with it.
Yeah, it was like,
bro, people mess with it.
It was like cool. I mean, I like it, so here I'm just gonna put it out. If you like it too, and here have it. That's all it should really be at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And instead of just like, I don't know, just working towards this fucking like outsourcing your happiness instead of just internalizing it and being like, this made me happy. So that's all it really matters at the end of the day.
The only thing I'd look forward to now, if I'm producing, it's just the moments that make me bop,
dude. And aren't those the best, dude? Aren't those the fucking best?
That's all I look.
I made that shit.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I'm about like I stop, I jump up real quick.
Dude, I'll be in my room fucking like, oh no way.
Yeah, like fuck, like I'm like looking around like, y'all hear this? There's no one here. Y'all hear? Like,
yeah. Then after 10 plays, I hate this shit. I'm gonna go to sleep. Fuck. Then you wake up. Oh, it's just cool.
That moment lasts for what, like 2 minutes?
And however long you can stretch that shit out, dude, that's a fucking plus, man.
Yeah. You know, I've always wondered like how not excited, because I know like once you like have your song ready, you're like, hell yeah, like boom, boom, replay. And then once release day comes, it's like I'm still excited, but it wasn't like the first, like there's that aha moment where like it's fucking it's playable, and like you have, I mean, I don't know about you guys like pre-release, but pre-release, like I kind of myself bumping my music, you know, and
absolutely.
And then I a lot of times I kind of like, it happens too, like I wore myself out of like the original. I'm just like, damn, like fuck, okay, I'm excited for the release, but yeah, for sure, like it's not the same as when I first like finalized. It's like, damn, like I played it from beginning to end.
I don't know if
it's a tricky spot.
If I'm the only one that does this, but after I release it, I really don't listen to it no more. Like
sometimes
I listen to it so much, like, and I still like the song, but I release it and then like
you did your part with it, so it's like, all right, it's not for me anymore, it's for you guys.
You guys, I listen to it as much times as you guys are. I promise.
Like all of you accumulated into one. Yeah, I did all of that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's a tricky spot though, because you get to that point where you start to convince yourself like, oh, this isn't cool anymore because I'm over it, but it's still fresh in someone else's ears.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of tracks that I've released. I was this close to being like, nah, like I don't think people are gonna fuck with this, but it was just me being worn out, like pre-release, or even like putting a release date on it. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna just scrap it. But like I went through it, I was like, fuck it, like it's cool. And a lot of times, like those tracks became like one of my like some of my favorite like popular songs too. So I'm like, damn, like, a lot of that overthinking, and a lot of times even just burning yourself out like over and over again in the sessions too. Because even when you're not, even when you have not finalized the track, you've already have like the skeleton playing over and over. Like you already have like the 80-90% of like what the song's gonna sound. So you're still burning yourself out before like I mean, just producing it's fun. It's fun, but that shit could take a lot like out of you.
Cringe right now.
Could take a lot.
Imagine the first year you started producing and you had those.
Oh, dude! But those are so authentic. Though. Those are so authentic.
Yeah.
I listen. That's funny you bring that up because I went through my old like SoundCloud posts, like the old archive shit, like literally like scroll bottom of the fucking barrel, and I was like, all right, let me listen to these, and it was like, fuck, these suck. But at the time, I liked them though. At the time, it was fucking dope, and I was like, that's all I really. I'm sure in fucking 10 years we're gonna look back at the music we made tomorrow and be like, damn, I can't believe I put that shit out. But
I feel like that right now.
So do you not? So both of you do not have like any tracks that like from back then that you're just like, fuck, like I'm proud of that.
Oh, I'm proud of all.
Or maybe not the word, but like you're just like, damn, like fuck yeah, this is timeless. This is timeless. I'm still fucking with like this shit. Like yeah, this is definitely like still kind of somewhat representative of like the level like or sound that I'm at.
I feel like I have the tracks that are like that, but it's because like there's certain tracks that I know that I made this song because of something, because I was going through some shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this was the outcome of that time period. Like
right.
I have songs like that, and those are the songs that I can always go back to and be like, no matter if I think they're bangers, I'll still go back to and be like, oh, I get it. Like, you know, like
it brings you back to that feeling that you had when you were making that, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, not at all. It's like it's a timepiece for me. Like, you know, like it dates me back to a time period. I'm just like, yeah. I have a few tracks like that.
It's like a time capsule in itself.
It really is. Because I mean, when you think about music, it's all just I mean, think of like what a record means. It's a recording of a piece of time that is not here anymore. And now you get to encapsulate that part in time and listen to it and get drawn right back into it. Or because it's not the now moment because you didn't actually make it now. You made it, you know, years ago. But that vibe is still in that track.
Yeah.
Like it's still fucking there and it won't ever be different. It's just like, you know, if you're going through like a breakup and you make a breakup song, like you listen to it and you're like, damn, bro, I was going through some shit.
Facts,
yeah, dude.
You hear these chords, like,
bro, I wrote all this shit, dude. Are you hearing how fucking
that's
broken
what I'm saying.
I was?
Like when you're making music, a lot of time, you know, music production, a lot of times they're a lot of times already written out. Like before you like, and I'm talking more about like major productions, right? I'm talking about like label releases or like music artists that, you know, they have their own writers. Like a lot of times these people have like their like scripts or they already have the fucking vocals done. They just gotta go and execute it, right? But like in our case, you know, we're going in there and like it's just depending at that moment. Most times, at least for me, like most times when I'm going in production, I'm filling out what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And so it's not a lot of times like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna go with this synth or like, you know, like a lot of times it's what I'm feeling. Like it could be like when I go in, oh shit, it's gonna be liquid drum and bass. I'm feeling a little, you know, on that vibe. Okay, I'm on one. All right,
bro, honestly,
I'm gonna start making.
Sometimes it just be like I'm making like some trap shit or dubstep shit, and I accidentally fucking put a kick on every beat. And
it sounds tight.
It's a fucking rap, bro. The track is different. The rest of the track is different.
I don't know if you guys ever done this too, but I accidentally changed the tempo on your project, and then the current tempo that it's on, you hear it back, and you're like, damn.
That's
you know, fuck the original BPM. Like we're going to this tempo now.
Try not to do that.
That is tramp stamp in a nutshell, right there. I think I started off that at 128. And then I like slowed it down. I was like, "This is
because it's like at it's like 110, 115, like mid tempo.
It's
kind of
110,
like,
yeah.
Jesus fuck. Yeah.
I think I originally tried to like make something like Moomba tone to it because I was like, I don't really make this often, so let's just kind of experiment a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it just the kind of like 4 to 4 beat kind of came, and I was like, nah, this sounds good. Like I'm just gonna leave it here. But I never work at 110, so I was like, it just sounded good right there, and I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna roll with it.
All right.
And it worked. That's what music is, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just fun, dude.
And then you followed up with fucking legitness, bro, and it was fucking crazy. Crazy.
That was a fun one too, man. I think legitness was for sure like the quickest from producing it, finishing it, releasing it. That was the shortest amount of time I've ever done that.
How quick was that?
I think like a span of like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Okay. It's crazy because I feel like, do you feel like it was effortless?
It was so effortless. Well, we always put an effort into it, but it was very like, I was in my flow state and I was just, it got made and like, kind of you just wake up and you're like, holy fuck. Like, I just made that, dude. Like, holy shit. I wasn't even there, kind of.
Y'all ever get
just look back like, where did
that come from? Like, where the fuck would like I can't even.
Y'all ever get sketched when like the shit when the session was effortless?
Bro, I'm like, did I do that? Did I just ghost produce some? That's in my head, bro. I'm like, who did that? I didn't do this, bro. Like, I swear to. So, bro, that track Neo Bird that I put out last year, I was feeling some shit, and I don't know. I made that track 4 hours. It was a Wednesday, and no, it was a Tuesday, and I was like, all right, I'll put this down on Thursday, and like I just finalized it, put it out, and then like that was the track, my first label release from something because they reached out and like, let's re-release it. I'm just like thinking like,
where the fuck did that come from? Like, did that just happen?
It kind of tripped me out because I'm like, I don't know if I could get like that because it was just like it just happened, you know, shit just happens, and I was like, yeah, no, it fucked up my head a little bit just because all my other tracks are hella thought out usually, and that one was just a fucking spare of the moment type shit.
It happens like that, man. Sometimes it just fucking happens like that.
Yeah, because I sometimes feel guilty when I hear other people, oh yeah, it took me like a month to finish this track. I'm like, damn, bro, like this session I just did 5 hours, like I finalized the track and it came out and it ended up coming next week. Like, and I mean, not to say that maybe with more time spent, there's a lot of things that could have been enhanced, but it's that feeling that you feel when you feel like it's ready. Although, like once you like release it, you are gonna get like whatever feedback. Like, oh, like you could have done this, you couldn't. Oh yeah, for sure. Like now you bring it up, like okay, like bet. I think that's one of the reasons why I like SoundCloud too, of that open comments thing. As a producer, I feel like sometimes we're blind and production of how we do things, but there's also like some things that. Cause I'm open to suggestions, you know, for sure. And sometimes I'm like, oh damn, for sure, like you're right on this. Like this could have used the fill, or the synths on here could have been like higher. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like I just think going back to everything, dude. Like your sound is unique, bro. Are we gonna keep seeing a lot of this dubstep sound, or do you plan on delving into other genres this year? Drum and bass is becoming a hot topic, with producers starting to make it. You've done some drum and bass. Yeah, what are we expecting from this year, bro? From your a lot more dubstep, or gonna get a little more experimental too?
I would say more dubstep, just because I kind of want to hone in on that crowd of, you know, I want you to know what to expect from me at least, and I feel like I'm developing a sound that is, you know, I'm able to just crank a song out and it's dubstep and it's my sound, which I'm so thankful for because I've, you know, like I said, I've been producing for so fucking long, and it's like finally like, okay, cool. Like I have my style, my way of doing it. And sometimes I get like a little bored of it, but it's like I still like it's still my sound and I get something cool out of it. So I'm really trying to hone in on that like dubstep style of like the shit I make, but still kind of progressing it, making it a little better and learning more things. But yeah, definitely dubstep. I mean, I'm always making different shit. I mean, I always play my guitar and just record like little riffs and stuff, and so I'm always making other shit. I make hip hop beats. I make, you know, I make drum and bass every now and then. I'll make house, but at least for the shit that I really try to go and finalize, yeah, it's gonna be dubstep for a good while. And maybe, you know, I don't know, there might be another alias that I post weird shit on. Because I mean, like I said, it's better to be out than just sitting on your computer, because it's art. It's subjective. You don't need to be like, this isn't correct, this isn't good enough. It's like, you made something, dude, just put it out.
Yeah, so look out for Gordon. out there soon.
Look out for Gordon.
Well, man, was there anything else that you want to share on top of like your EP? I mean, it's coming out March 24, self-release everywhere on RAMSAY. What about upcoming shows, man? You got a show coming up to play this EP out or something in the works?
I don't really have anything planned for shows, mainly because I would like to just build a full set. And I like the aspect of just playing your music. I mean, it's not right or wrong to like play other people's stuff because I mean, dude, that gets hype. It gets the crowd hype and people want to hear stuff. But at least for the stuff that I like to do, I like to play my own music. That's when I feel the best. When it's like, all right, cool. It makes me nervous too. Like even at the last show that we did for Zabor.
Oh, okay.
It like all the songs that I played that were mine. I was like, it feels good to play your own stuff. So I would like to.
Yeah, you're pretty comfortable. I mean, if you look at the video online,
Shit was heavy.
Yeah, and like you seems to be very comfortable. Like,
thank God, I was nervous as fuck.
You look comfortable. You was fucking double chopping with one hand and had the beer in the other hand, bro. Bro, I was like, dude, this feels like this was in his world right now.
Dude, I didn't even look. I honestly, I wasn't even
notice, bro. I saw effortless it was. You didn't even. You were like, damn, I did that shit. Like,
I know you sent it to me. I was like, oh yeah, that did happen. But I wasn't even like really looking at the crowd. I was just all right here. Just like, this is fun. I like doing this. But what was I saying? Yeah, I would just like to form a full set and have a good product to display rather than, just being a DJ. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like the stuff that I want to do, it's very focused on this sound that I have is different.
Right.
And I would like to present that at a full set. Because like I said, like when my song gets played during other people's sets, it's a fucking totally different vibe change. And not in a bad way. It's just like, oh, this is fucking different. It doesn't really fit with what the other stuff was playing. So at least what I want to go for is like, this is dubstep, but this is a completely
fully reinforcing your sound.
Fully reinforcing it. And this is like a complete compilation of just shit that I've made.
Yeah, because just releasing singles, pushing your sound, you're only giving people, I would say, like a puzzle piece to your overall sound.
Just one little puzzle.
If you're able to like give the audience an hour of like fully your sounds, like you're giving them like I guess you would say like the full story, like the full background of the sound. Like it's a lot more time that you're able to explain like what's going on with your sound.
Because that's where it all comes together. That's just where everything you work for, it just comes to, this is what I've tried to do.
This is all making sense now. Once you hear it in the full.
It's all in context when you put it into a set. And it's like, this is everything that I've been trying to do.
So like you're trying to see this you're trying to like play your sets like an album perspective?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Like where, an album is an experience.
Yeah.
And so is being, deep into a set is just, you hear a whole fucking like, I love all original sets, and that's when you get the full experience of someone rather than like catering to like what a crowd wants. And if you can execute your songs being what the crowd wants, then fucking sky's the limit, dude.
Well, I mean, if you're the headliner, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, true. Everyone's there for you.
That's harder and more challenging for like the artists that don't really have like that fan base where the people are down to come see you play the set, and it's like a couple originals and a couple like the tracks that they want to hear that that's gonna be a guaranteed like
you need to play these.
Yeah, like give me some more elbows. All right.
Yeah. You know you're going to an Excision show. You're gonna hear
that. Cause no, I agree on you too. Like I was like, damn, there's certain tracks that are mine that I play in my sets, and sometimes I'll play like right next to another artist track. I'm just like, damn, okay, like this doesn't make kind of sense, like in the artistic way. Like I know if I would have put like another track of mine after it, like it would have made more sense artistically. But because I know like I'm dealing with a crowd that most likely is not like fully here for me, like there is like those ideal tracks that I guess you would add in your like list to play. Like again, there's like the popular tracks a lot, even like a lot of bigger artists that have catalog. A lot of catalog. They could play these 4-hour sets.
Yeah.
Like me, I could play a 4-hour set with my catalog. Like, no doubt about it. But if I'm going to do a 4-hour set, maybe not, especially live. I know a lot of like my music catalog may not be like live ready You know, like there's just some music that you stream. It hits different when you're in a car, or it's different when you're like listening on in your room. It's different when you're live. So like, especially when you're gonna do an all original set, I think you definitely have to pay a lot more attention to like the time stamping of your set with your original songs. Like, and then you gotta start like if you're gonna be doing a set that's fully based on your performance, like you're now having to like create tracks that are gonna go into these certain sections of your set. You know, you got your intro for sure. Then you got like the second song after the intro. Then you got like, you know, so it really just depends how you want to plan your full original set. Yeah, I mean, it's all really like that special curating, like for the full, like the 100%. So I feel you. Like, it's like once you have like the right catalog to do the like the full original set, like that's cool. Like you brought it up. Like if the fans like surprisingly do end up fucking with the whole catalog that you do end up playing that's yours, like that's a fucking like chef's kiss.
Chef's fucking kiss, man.
Yeah.
And I mean,
especially if you're not the headliner too, bro. Like, because if you're the headliner, that's honestly easier because people bought tickets, especially if it's a sold out show. You could play your whole catalog and you're the artist, bro. Like, people are gonna fuck with your music. And it's a real great feeling when you play an all original set and like you're not that well known and fans that you don't know. And you might not think that they know your music, and they probably don't know your music at the time. But after you play, like damn, like that shit was different, and it's a part of the risk too, you know. Like, as an artist that wants to push that full original sets,
could be the total opposite at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
because I've seen full original sets from other artists.
And there was a crowd.
I appreciate it, and there was a crowd.
Not after the set.
Yeah, but you know what? It's all about that risk, dude. There's gonna be fucking fails, man. I'm learning to be more okay with failure because like if you fail once, you're kind of like, oh, I'm not meant for this. I fucking suck. I can't do this shit. But it's like, all right, that sucked maybe, but like
it's a learning experience.
Let's keep building on it. All right, so maybe I can fix this here. Maybe I can. Okay, maybe they didn't like this one. I'll revamp it, make it a little better, or maybe like, okay, at this part of the set, it kind of died down. Let's bring it up a little more. Like, I'm starting to be more okay with failure, and I think that's the biggest thing that can be for an artist because, I mean, failure is what fucking deflates all of us. You know, if a track only gets 1,000 plays or like only gets like a 500 plays, you're like, oh, I fucking suck. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be like, no, dude.
It's only failure if you quit, bro.
It's only failure. Exactly. It's just at this point, it's just we're just learning still. We're always gonna be learning. So there's no point in beating yourself up if you're just doing something that you like. And I like doing it because I mean I haven't been doing music's just what I've been doing since fucking I can't even remember. So it's like, why am I gonna stop because I feel like people don't like me because of this shit? Like, fuck that. I like doing that, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Bro, like, I feel like people don't like me for other reasons. So people not liking me for my music,
you're like, it's another fucking add it to the list, dude. Like,
yeah, who cares? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Someone likes it though. So
if one person, dude, like, I'll go to shows and like not a lot of people know me, but I'll get that one person like Ramsay, and I'm like, yeah, what the fuck, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, what's up, bro? I love your Omega videos. And I'm like,
oh, but you don't know them? You never met them in person?
No.
Oh, damn.
I mean, shit, there was a few people last night where it's like, hey, dude, what's up? And like, I didn't like know who they were because I haven't seen their face, but like, they're like, oh yeah, we talked on Instagram at this time. I asked for this. And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, what's up? Like, nice to meet you. Like, fuck, I can't believe you recognize me. And like, I'll sit there and talk because, dude, those are the people that make all the shit worth it, you know? Because we get so, I don't know, some people get caught up in the fucking like, I want everyone to know me, but it's just, you get that one person to fucking recognize you.
Yeah, there are some people that like, nah, yeah, bro, like I'm doing this shit. This is me, you know?
Yeah, of course you're saying hi to me. You should be saying hi to me. It's like, no, fuck that.
You don't gotta know me, just know my music, man. Just know the music.
yeah. But yeah, it's just being humble is important, man. I don't know. Some people don't really give that off, but there's a lot of great people in the scene, and I don't know. I get a high off of people enjoying the shit I do, because it's like, even if it's just an Omega video, like people are like, oh dude, I love your videos. It's like, fuck yeah, dude, thank you. I'm glad you're watching it and enjoying it, because that's what I do it for. I do it for myself, obviously. It's fun for me, but when I post it, it's like, here, you guys have it. Do what you want with it. I'm not forcing you to like it.
I'm not the same enjoyment, and like, I think that's real cool.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, thank you for providing me with entertainment, because it's like, oh, cool. I like being an entertainer. Because
shit's a comedy, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. And if I can make someone laugh, which is probably one of the most important things about living, is like, then fucking cool. Because, you know, we can't be focusing on all the bad shit. But if I can strive you away from all the problems for like 1 minute and just laugh a little bit, like, then I succeeded.
Yeah. Then you get the comment. Then you get the content right after. It's like, you fucking wasting your life. Go to Everest College. It's like, damn, true. Fuck, I go to Everest College.
Everest College.
Like, damn.
Okay.
My issues are right back. God damn, fucking up. Well, fuck, bro. I mean, what do you think, bro? You want to keep talking about anything more? I think we're in the last segment of the podcast. We're at almost 3 hours.
Damn, has it been 3 hours already?
About.
Do you want to hit 3 hours? We could hit 3 hours.
It's 3 hours, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck
All
it.
right, well, we didn't touch on Homegirl's fucking shop in Claremont.
Oh yeah, the rave box that's happening. Yeah, bro.
So catch us up with that.
Well, I mean, this is something that I saw on Instagram about. There was people that was like sharing the story about the store owner in Claremont. I think they've been in business for a while, and I guess they just got their, I don't know what it is, the license revoked, so they're not in shop no more. It's called the Rave Box, and I mean, I don't really know too much specific details. I don't really want to be like saying like too much specifics because I don't really know too much of the full coverage, but to just kind of keep it like simple, like I guess like the city of Montclair has revoked their business license because they don't know whether to determine the store if it's like an adult sex store or if it's an adult oriented business. And then also there's also like they got their business revoked because a lot of the business owners nearby weren't liking like the kind of image that it portrayed for like the people coming in buying the product, specifically the woman, and like how the clothes can be fully revealing and stuff like that. So you know, she's had like this petition that started, you know, a lot of these signatures are coming together, and I guess she's going through something like this, you know. And I mean, what do you guys think about that, bro? Like this kind of situation going on, because they've been in business for a while, and I'm just thinking like, damn, like
what's a while?
From what I saw, I think it's been for like about a year or two.
A year or two?
Yeah, I have to do it. I could be wrong. Yeah, it seemed like it was about like around that timeline. So I'm just worrying. I'm just wondering, like, I never knew, like, I never really opened like a retail store business like that. So I never know how like all that shit works, like the screening. Like, I thought like once you get like accepted, like you're all like good. But like, yeah, I just don't know like a lot of that shit. But yeah, it sucks to see that happening because I know there's a lot of other familiar stores. I'm not sure if in that same city too, but there's other cities that, you know, do the same stuff and they're still in operation. So I'm just wondering if this is just like a local community thing that they just don't want.
It's based on the city.
Yeah.
So all of it has to do with what the city wants and what the city allows. My sister used to work for like the county of Pomona or whatever, and she used to be the ones that get the proposals for like liquor licenses if people want to open stores like that and whatnot. And basically you have to send in a form and you get approved or rejected, but that's if you want to sell liquor, right? I'm guessing like what happened was at first they didn't deem their store as like an adult oriented store business or whatever, so they didn't have to send in anything to the city, so they could just open up as like a local retail business, which is okay. And what probably happened is after a year or so, the community was like, I don't know, this isn't really like community friendly. Like my kids are here. Like I'm pretty sure just the community just didn't like the look in general.
Right. Because a lot of times when businesses are integrated, like a lot of times, you know, they have to see like how the community feels like after a certain amount of time. And I think after that duration of that, as they've been open, like the community was like, yeah, like, you know what, like, I guess like the clothes that this store is selling like is not, I don't know, representative of what their local community is about. Or
so because we've never seen the store though too, like we don't know how they displayed it, right?
Right.
So that could be a big factor of why they got what they got, like served or shut down, whatever the case may be, right?
Gotcha.
Because like if they were like having like models or whatever in the wall, or like, and you can see shit from the outside, that's kind of like how do I say it? If you have that type of material, like it's like
Oh, like yeah, we have actual like live models like
no,
showcasing
like
it or
not live models, but like the mannequins and shit,
oh
right?
the mannequins.
And they're in
Okay,
the windows displaying that
like a regular retail clothing store, like at a mall or something.
yeah. But if it's that type of like clothing, I feel like it's kind of, to be honest, and it's not. It's a storefront, right? I'm guessing like on a street or
Yeah, yeah, it's like a storefront. Yeah.
yeah. That's kind of like uh, not right. How do I say it? You're promoting sex almost, right? If it's revealing uh clothing and whatnot, and if you're doing like for adult stores, you can't be
Like
doing
I
that.
would just say, I wouldn't say it's kid friendly or family friendly, or I mean I don't know, Rave family friendly, yeah,
Definitely.
but kid friendly, like that's the thing too. Like I guess like maybe
Okay.
the location of
Why are raves 18 plus?
um. Good question.
That's a good question.
Because there are concerts that are all ages.
I think.
What you think, Dylan?
Well, why raves are 18 plus? I don't know. Maybe it might be the stigma of like what raves started out as, because rave started out as just like this place you go to and listen to this crazy music and do drugs. So like, it's kind of hard to strive away from what it started as. So it's like, all right, well, it's not actually for that, but it has that stigma. So, but 18, because we just legally we need to fucking have 18 because we can't have kids doing drugs. Well, we can't have anyone doing drugs, but
So let's say you said 18, right? But for the drug aspect, you want, like, you can't dress people under 18 in those clothes,
oh yeah,
right?
I would not like to see that.
You cannot
No.
see that.
Nah.
Cannot. So it has to be an adult content store, like
Correct.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
it
correct.
has to be an adult content
Correct.
store
Yeah.
because those, not all those outfits are meant for all ages.
Yeah, so now that you're talking about this, one thing that I'm acknowledging why it's 18 over is because of the loose dress code.
There we go.
The loose dress code.
There we go. So like,
Because bro, I've seen naked people at these raves, bro.
stickers, dog. That don't
No,
even
like
cover
legit,
the whole thing.
like legit, like naked.
And look, I'm not gonna lie, like
I'm for it.
like I mean,
I'm for it too.
I mean,
Do your
I
thing.
wouldn't do it. I won't do it. But if someone wants to do it,
Nah.
bro, I won't do it. I mean,
You won't?
right now I won't.
You just won't have like a
Give it a
banana
gig.
peel just hanging like over your
I
waist.
mean, nah,
Give it a year,
bro.
bro. Give
Nah,
it a
bro.
year.
Nah.
A lot can change in a year,
I
bro.
want-
Culture, bro. Come
Shit.
on, for the culture.
It's the culture.
I mean, I wouldn't, but like again, I mean, it's definitely like one of those things where it's like, all right, well, how would one navigate around a situation like that? You know, like would this person, the owner of the store, now have to like change up the clothes, or she just have to go to another different?
Change up the clothes.
Like, change up the
and
clothes?
not promote it as like a EDM style store, because bro, EDM, like festival style clothes. I guess not EDM, not promoted as not EDM, but like festival style clothes, like that's adult clothes. Like we just gotta recognize what the community we're in is meant for adults.
Yeah.
Right. Clear
Oh
out.
yeah, I mean,
18 plus adults. So her store that she's opening up, if she's catering it to this festival, these festival grounds, this community, this is an 18 and up community. So you got to acknowledge your store has to be considered an adult store. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
like at the end of the day, like I understand, like I love the whole, we need these type of stores out here and
Facts.
whatnot, right? But if that's the type of stuff you're gonna be pushing, selling, like I'm sorry, you have to label it as what this community is.
yeah, because look, I don't have it. Because one of the arguments that like the city was making is that like we have local business owners that have like their own like minor kids working with them, and they walk these streets and they see this, and this is just not like a good look for like this where they're at, right? And I was thinking to myself too, I'm like, well, look, I don't got kids. I'm in this rave scene. I'm partaking in it, but if I had my own kids and I was walking down the street and like I saw like this store and like it was just like very like adult, like it's an adult store for sure. Like I'm not too sure how I would react, bro. Like if I could be blunt honest, like if I would have my own kids, bro, I love raving, bro. I know what the industry, like we know the space, bro. But if I had my own kids and I was walking down the store, would I be the person to be like, oh no, or would I educate them like and let them know like if they were to ask me like would I? You see, that's just the thing that I'm just so like I don't know the answers to because like I think about like because I hear it out. I hear like certain. I hear like that take like, oh, what if you had your own kids and you walk past this store and you know you're
just education, right?
Yeah.
Like at that like how what kind of a parent would I be? Would I be the educational parent to be like,
I'd
hey,
have to be that,
there's like, because I'm coming from the Rave space, and although this might not be something that's kid friendly, I wouldn't think I'd be the person to tell this. Like me personally,
No,
like,
I wouldn't. Yeah,
like,
you're right. I wouldn't be that person.
I'm not the resident person to go up to the city and be like, hey, we don't need this. But would I say like where the location's at? Like if there's traffic where there's like I
We're
wouldn't.
also a certain type of people though. At the end of the day.
No, yeah,
so.
no, for sure.
And you got to think of the demographic of they're in Claremont.
Yeah, well, I never know what I never really know what the fucking demographic of Claremont is, but like I was saying, so like, would you think that could we see the store moving to a different location, or you think this might be an issue?
I would like that.
Do you think this might be an issue? This owner might be facing and that might face the same issue in different cities, or you think it's just like a county?
She has to find the city that's more catered to that demographic. Claremont's not that.
Yeah.
It's just not like. Let me ask you something, bro. Like we had as a festival goers, as DJs, right? We have our own communities where we're like, look, no, this is where shit's going on. Like, and this is okay. This is the place to do this stuff. We don't want other stuff outside. Like, we don't want hip hop shit like happening here. No, this is where we want this happening, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Think about that as a community. Like, as a community, that's not what they want in their community. Like, you just gotta respect it. Like,
just like as we in the Indian community would want others to respect ours,
what we're
right?
doing. Exactly. Like you got to respect what they're doing at the same time and what they want to promote as a city and whatnot. Like, I understand, like, because, like, I'm not going to lie to you, like, if, as, like, you were describing, like, if you had a kid, like, and you seen that shit, like, how would you, I'm an open person. I was raised that way, like,
for sure.
And I was exposed to everything as a kid. Like, I understand it. Like, I was educated on it. So, like, my viewpoint is definitely different. So, like I said, you would just have to really respect what the city wants to display as a whole.
Yeah.
And if that's not the image the city wants to display, then find where you do fit in. Find where you can make a bigger. Because at the end of the day, bro, I don't think that store is making the biggest impact in Claremont. Like if I'm being honest, bro, you're doing your guys' self a little bit of a disservice by being in Claremont. Be somewhere where like raving is active. San Bernardino is perfect for that, bro. Like, or
that's where everyone goes to fucking.
Or maybe Rialto if you really don't want to be in San Bernardino. You feel me?
Rent might be cheaper there too. Rialto, I feel that. I mean, even Moreno Valley, you know, fuck it, just
don't come to Moval.
Don't
come to Moval. No one's gonna travel to Moval just.
No one's gonna.
Yeah, man.
Riverside is even like a good place, bro. Riverside would even be.
Riverside, yeah. Down. Well, not. I don't know. You think it would be happening downtown?
In Riverside. Like by the Tyler Mall area is a possibility. I think they have adult stores around there anyway, so like it's possible. They just need to find the right location. Location is everything though for retail stores.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping what we talked about, could definitely, open up some ears or like,
but
definitely.
Also, let's acknowledge that we're like three men talking about like this, you know.
No, right. No, I mean,
in some ways, it's kind of not our place to talk about what women are going to wear at this place because, I mean, it's their choice.
Yeah, and this is just our perspective on things. Just want to throw that out there, you know?
Yeah, no, we're not trying to be like elitist of shit, you know? This is just like how, I guess at least I'm being honest with the thoughts of shit. Like, I'm like, okay, like, I feel for the owner of the store. But I also do kind of hear about, like, the whole, like, keeping a community a certain look. And if it's not fully representative of the community, then honestly, you brought up a really great thing. Maybe you might do better like in a different area that might actually, where the market is actually much more to what it is that you're offering as a product, and maybe the community there and the city would allow you to do it. Because like especially San Bernardino, they're allowing the NOS to get rented out by Insomniac, and the city knows the kind of the police fucking knows the kind of everyone, the officials know like the demographic that we bring in. So what's a fucking low small I'm like, I mean, I don't know how big it is or how small it is, but what's like a small, like a rave store, compared to like a big music festival? If they're allowing big music EDM festivals to open up and bring these large demographics publicly where people are dressing up like that, I mean, what's gonna stop them from like the Rave Box to like open up their shop in San Bernardino? I can see that happening, like, if they want to go that route.
At the end of the day, they're an adult store. Some cities just don't allow adult stores in their city, and that's just point blank. Period. And they have to acknowledge that they're an adult store.
Yeah,
and that's it. I feel like that's like the deadline, you know. But yeah, I don't see this to be like the end off for them. I feel like this will only like the way that we're talking about this right now. That's pretty cool. Like they made some sort of impact, you know. Like I feel like this only helps them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. For sure. Like I think as more people hear about it, you know, I'll probably be even cool to have them come through. You know, even talk about their experience and like how like they're trying to like go about it. Yeah. For sure. I mean, like for sure. You know, honest conversations and shit. You know, I'm hoping the Rave Box owner and whoever's like working with them, you know, it'll get figured out. You know, it'll definitely get figured out.
And at the end of the day, I think the community is supporting them.
Yeah, right? No, for sure. Like it's not the community that's fucking, you know, barking at this shit. They're the ones that are not giving them like the support to these store owners. Like, yeah, I think ultimately from what we see it on our lens, I think just moving to a different city would probably be their best move. If Claremont doesn't like, I wouldn't want to do business in a city
that doesn't want
if I know that don't want me. Yeah. I felt like this, especially with like like when we do like when I've done like certain shows, like we've done certain clubs. Like, why we want to keep on trying to do shit here if like this certain establishment doesn't like want us to do shit. Like I just feel like I don't know, like maybe rent is so fucking cheap in that city. Who the fuck knows? I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know.
They'll figure it out. We support them 100%. We'll support even if they don't go like storefront. So, like I said, they got a community out here, so I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. I mean, there's e-commerce too, you know, but there's nothing like brick and mortar going inside and being able to actually, you know, see it and how it feels. Yeah,
try it on too. Like,
and I'm pretty sure they're selling experience too, right? Like the whole like inside how their storefront looks.
Yeah, for sure. I know they might have like a DJ a day or two, like just to kind of give it more of like that rave feeling.
Colorful and shit like that.
Yeah. I remember one of these, not that same store, but it was another store, where like Pascal came through and he had to give everyone like tickets to the following Insomniac Festival because everyone was there shopping. And then yeah, you know, just like stuff like that, like you wouldn't like experience it through e-commerce. Let's do these brick and mortar experiences, like, oh, for sure, it's a pop up. Can't really do I mean, you could do a virtual pop up, fuck it, on Zoom, I guess. But
virtual pop up, some metaverse pop up.
But yeah, the Rave Box, I'm fucking with you, right? Hope everything for the best, and yeah. I mean, anything else? I think I'm pretty good.
Nah. I think we're hitting that 3 hour mark.
We could
go 4. Yeah. What time is it? Oh, it's like 8:54.
No, we still gotta guess the tempos real quick.
Oh yeah, we gotta guess tempos, bro. Yeah. So was there any bro, Ramsay? Thanks again, dude, coming through the spotlight.
Dude, yeah,
we talked about the Duality EP coming out soon, March 24, everywhere. Is there anything else that you wanted to share before we ended this podcast episode that you want people to know?
Just follow my socials, Ramsay Dubs, at pretty much everything. Look out for the EP. Go to the homie shows. Buy some Sisto merch. Do what you gotta do. That's about it.
All right, for sure. Well, thank you for coming through. We'll leave everything in the description, so everyone can go check out your socials, your SoundCloud. Definitely go check out too the battles that we've been talking about.
Yes.
That way you can kind of have more of like an insight from where earlier on we were talking about the convo. One of the some of the tracks in there come from the EP. One of my favorite ones, Gorilla Stomp. We're gonna listen to it before we play Guess the Tempo. Yeah, I want Robert to hear it.
Shoot a little preview for them.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. But yeah, anything Robert want to share?
Just go stream my music on all platforms, Zion-Don, and look out for new music this month.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Zion-Don. Go follow him. Link in the description.
And check out the podcast too, the Don Talks. I really appreciate that shit.
Yeah, check it out. Likewise, new music coming out soon next month. Newest track is out, Galaxy, streaming everywhere. Appreciate the support on that. And if you guys like this episode, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more content and hit the bell alert button to stay notified every time we drop a new episode. If you guys want to get the episode fresh, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, we do this a day or two before on Twitch. So follow us on Twitch to get notified, because we've been doing it every Sunday. Sometimes it might be on a Saturday or Friday, but when we go live on Twitch, you're getting that episode as fresh as is, and then you'll get it later on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and haven't been seeing our Twitch streams, head on over to twitch.tv/lose the tempo. Follow the profile.
Give them a Twitch exclusive right now. Well, do something right now that they're only gonna get on Twitch.
Right now. Well, me or shit,
I don't know. One of us.
Shit. Well. So you're not gonna upload this on YouTube.
I could spoil The Last of Us ending for you guys if you want.
Let's do it.
No, I'm kidding.
Shit, Ramsay's trying to go see the fucking new episode right now. Shit, you already know, bro.
We're gonna make some popcorn, drink a beer, we'll have a fucking good time.
For sure, man. Well, we won't hold you too long, bro. We'll get to it, man.
That's all good.
Well, thank you for coming through. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to everybody that comes in, watches the episode every week. We appreciate you guys' support. Like I said, twitch.tv/lose the tempo. Get notified every time we do stream live with our guests. YouTube in the near future. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Peace.